So my name is Beth Smith. My company is A-List Interviews, and I am an expert in the interview process. I coach hiring managers on how to interview effectively. One of the questions I get asked of me on a very regular basis is, how did I get started doing the work that I'm doing? I owned a company before A-List, and I hired a manager to run that for me, and it was a horrific hire. I lost many top performers in my company because of this particular individual. As soon as the firing took place of this individual, I started hearing horror stories about what was actually going on while he was there, and I realized that if I was going to save my company, that I had to learn very quickly how to interview and how to interview effectively. That ultimately, at the end of the day, my small company was not going to survive another bad hire like that one. So I began to interview about every resume that came across my desk. I read books on how to conduct effective interviews. I talked to people who out there in the universe knows how to conduct an effective interview to where I can make sure that I'm hiring the right people. And I found very little information. I was shocked by this because at the end of the day, your people that you have working for you is really the success of your business and the success of your company. So I began to put together and formulate systems on how to interview effectively for my first company. Never in my wildest dreams did I think that it would evolve to where it is evolved to today. It was kind of like being walked by the dog as opposed to walking the dog. This idea came out about 4 years ago to begin coaching presidents of companies, owners of companies, hiring managers, department heads on how to conduct effective interviews, and it's just blown out from there. So what I tell people is that this company and the success of this company came out of a really bad hiring decision 10 years ago. The transition was an interesting one. We sold the business. It took a while to sell, but we sold the business, and that was finalized in the spring of 2006. And after that, I sat on the couch for 6 months, and I tell people that I went through detox. My cell phone didn't ring. I didn't get any emails like I was used to before. That there was a lot of downtime and a lot of quiet time. Now, anybody who knows me knows that I do not function well with a lot of quiet time and a lot of downtime. But in this particular phase of my life, I watched a lot of Law and Order. Did you know it comes on 4 times a day? And one day I woke up and I thought to myself, I have to take what I have learned from that, and I have to take this technology and I have to take it to the world. I created my mission statement of, I want to transform the way the world interviews, and promptly had to sit down for another month because it was very daunting, this task that I felt driven to do. And I have had times of those in the past 4 years where I realized that the work that I have to do is coming from someplace inside here that doesn't allow me to sit down for very long, and that I need to continue on this path that I've created for myself. It's really what wakes me up in the morning, and it's really what centers my mind as I go back to sleep. Is I'm going out tomorrow, and I'm going to spread this message out, and I'm going to make lives better because of this mistake and what I have done to transform it. So the transition itself was pretty painful, and the work itself really pushed through that painful phase. But when I go to bed at night, I know that I have done what I needed to do in order to take this message to the next level, and it has served me very well. The other question I get a lot is, how did you know what you were supposed to do? How did you know that this was a message that you needed to take out? And I knew it because I knew it. That this work that I do now wouldn't let me not go out and perform it and to teach it. And I take business owners and I teach them how to fish. I don't fish for them. So it's a really powerful place inside of me that says, I have to go out and do this. I don't have room for fear. I don't have room for fear because this work needs to be done.